Thank you so much, Leanne. We are, of course, taking a look at volleyball news. And this past weekend, the people of Durban got to witness some high-quality beach volleyball during the Lux Durban Open Women's Volleyball Beach Tournament out in North Beach. And to help us talk about this event and the growth in the popularity of the sport, we have joining us Callan Grantham, and hopefully we'll have Aadil joining us as well a bit later on during this interview. Callan, a good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports and Morning Live.
Good morning, Vusiwe. Thank you for having the Lux brand on your show this morning.
Callan, let's just talk about this past weekend. I mean, we saw some amazing volleyball action. How was the success of this event overall in terms of participation and getting the message out there in terms of just fighting sexism in sport for women?
Yes, so I think it went exceptionally well. We were glad to see the people who were able to come down to the beachfront in person and witness the action live. Also, the participation from the athletes, the volleyball players themselves, that was definitely there. And it was great to see that they were so excited about the campaign, what it stood for, and how we were actually trying to help them. So yes, a great success indeed.
Let's talk more about that, because I think for a long period of time, and I think we see it with various sporting codes, just commercial partners not coming on board to support women in sport. What was it for you that said we want to choose the sport of volleyball to focus on and support?
Yes, well, the aim of the campaign was to raise awareness around the objectification of sportswomen. And we chose volleyball because it is one of the most sexualized sporting codes. So it really helped to demonstrate just exactly how the broadcasters and the media capture women in sport in a way that we are trying to push against, in a way that sort of focuses on their anatomy and their body rather than their performance on the field, rather than their sporting achievements.
And as you look at this tournament now that took place in North Beach, are you then looking to expand it and move to various other parts of the country where, because I know that in North Beach we had different players coming from different parts of the country, but are we looking to just keep it in Durban moving forward, or are you going to move around?
The plans in terms of what's next aren't yet concrete. We'll definitely review how this event and the campaign itself performed, and we'll see what worked well, how can we improve, and that will obviously inform what we do going forward.
And of course, the hashtag that was used throughout the tournament in this fight against sexism in sport was change the angle. So for people who are sitting at home and they actually want to see, what are you talking about when you're saying women are being objectified when they are playing sport? How do we stop this from happening? How does the normal person at home now go and get more insights on the campaign? How do they look at this film that says this is what we mean when we say women are being objectified?
Yes, so viewers and South Africans can go to the Lux South Africa pages on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. We have shared the Change the Angle campaign and film on those platforms. So if you visit our Lux South Africa social media pages, the films live on there, and there's also a link to watch the film on YouTube as well.
All right, Callan, thank you so much for your time this morning. And just as we wrap up with you, your message just for the women of South Africa, particularly in the sport of volleyball. We've spoken about time and time again how we know volleyball is not the most expensive sporting code to participate in. But for the athletes that came through this weekend, this was great for them to not have to worry about the funds, the accommodation, how are they going to travel to Durban and all of that. So to the young girls out there that possibly also want to look into getting to volleyball, what would your message be to them?
I would say definitely get into the sport. It's a really exciting sport. And with campaigns and partnerships like this one, we're hoping that the sport would actually grow, that there would be more awareness and more interest in the sport, not only from people who are going to watch the sport or play the sport, but people who are actually looking to invest in the sport. So I would say definitely go ahead. From the action that I caught on Saturday, it is a really exciting and entertaining game. The players themselves look like they have a lot of fun. So definitely a sport that you would want to get into.
Callan, thank you so much for your time this morning, and thank you for a brand for jumping on board and supporting women in their fights.
Thank you, Vusiwe.
That is a Callan Grantham, I must say. I also got onto the volleyball court for a little bit. Not the best, but hey, we did try.